straight. And then, you know.
Like it's that Dulles alumni. Like when you went to Dulles,
Hail to D.
You had to, you know, hail to D. Okay.
Oh, man.
Once again, we're here again.
We ain't up yet.
Yes, we are. The thing's on.
Oh, it just went off.
It's
All
once
right.
it starts.
Cool.
Anyway,
Cool.
in my humble
We're ready, my
opinion,
bad.
podcast once again. I am Fashion Over Hova. Also, yeah, I'm giving my name. Yeah,
Over.
Fashion Over
I like
Hova.
that.
Also, Big Zaddy. aka Carlton Banks, Carlton with a KBA and Triple X. We are here with
Extra nasty.
Extra nasty.
Just
Devon.
Just Devon.
Just Devon. And then
You know what I'm
somebody
saying? making it a thing now. It's Just Devon.
Yeah, it's Just Devon. Somebody that I've known for years, but not really talked to. Like we went to the same high school and whatnot, and I was really full of myself. But we didn't go at the same time. Actually, we did. But
we went at the same time for
fuck
that
you.
1 year.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
year.
matter.
I was a senior. You were a
Nobody
freshman.
cares because we're talking
You
about.
skipped all of class.
We're
on the
talking
first day.
about the Southside Power Ranger. Am I right?
Who you with?
Yep, there we go. Dustin Prestige.
It is. It is. Spell it right.
Dustin Prestige.
Make sure there's
I
a
got to
dash.
post this on the gram right quick.
Oh, you should post it on the gram.
It doesn't count unless you post it on
And
the gram.
it doesn't count unless you
No,
put
you-
it on the gram.
You never did
Your
it unless.
IGTV.
Man, I'm still new to that shit.
I think everybody's new to
I'm
that
old.
shit.
I'm old like that. I haven't even. I just now got cool with
They're
like.
really trying to get out here and
Man,
compete with YouTube.
man,
They
they're
really
trying
are.
In a year, that might be the thing.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be. YouTube's like Google. It ain't going nowhere, but
It's not.
it's always gonna be stuff that comes after it. They be like, I'll try it out.
I feel bad for Black Planet because they was on it first.
Oh,
Black
they
Planet was
was.
out here like in
Story
the
of
very
America.
beginning. Story of America.
Wow.
They gentrified it.
Yeah.
Black
Put
Planet
on
was
these
popping. Then
Facebook
you know, a
streets.
couple
That's
years
true.
later.
All right, Prestige.
What's
We're
up?
gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna talk about rap career. We've had some of your friends come and they've
Yes.
talked about you as well.
Hey.
So we're gonna talk. They said good things for the most part.
For the most part.
For the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
part,
you know,
they said
yeah,
good
It's all
things.
true, good and bad.
Indeed.
Straight
But
up.
we're gonna start talking about your career
Mm-hmm.
early on. Dustin Prestige. That's
Yeah.
your full name. No moniker. No.
I mean, well, actually, to truth be told, it's my government is Prestige, which is Prestage, pronounced Prestige if you fancy like my grandma. But that was
Wow.
growing up. That was always how people mispronounce my name. They always like any kind of roll sheet I was in high school or middle school or shit college. They reading down Dustin Prestige. Like fuck it, yeah, that's me. You know, and it just kind of stuck with that. So when I started rapping, I was like, you know, in high school, everybody had like a rap name or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I was
Yep.
like Dust Money or some shit like that. And I was like, if I'm start rapping for real, I don't want to come out with no name that, you know, I'll be embarrassed to be called, you know, in a few years. So let me go ahead and stick with I feel my government name was cool enough, so I just put a dash because, you know, I wanted to be Jay-Z. And so, and then that kind of just, it looked nice on paper, so I said, fuck it, stuck with it.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
with the last name Prestige, like,
Mhm.
you can't really beat that.
Hey, what
And then Houston stuff, you just take off the end of it and add a O.
basically.
Presto.
Yeah,
So-
that's it. That's it. You know, actually, Presto was when I was younger. I had a thing for graffiti.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it was a couple little spots around Mo City that was like my little tag was Presto with the exclamation mark.
Are we
The-
really going to say that right now on
I mean,
camera?
hey man, tell you,
He
time
was
is
out here
past.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Doing
that
crime?
Statute
My
limitations.
mom and
Yeah.
probably the people at Missouri City Baptist Church be looking for it. Like,
Yeah.
he was out here.
I mean, like,
Presto.
I used to like behind the Cinema 6. I had like a big one. You know what I'm saying?
Cinema 6.
He posted a picture of Cinema 6 and was like, memories. Man, that brought back so many memories. of
Bruh, you
Cinema
from the
6.
Mo, man. That was an
Yeah.
institution, man.
I
Like,
saw LL Cool J, Deep Blue Sea.
saw that there too.
Saw that
saw
there.
Jumanji there. Saw
Oh,
Jurassic
them
Park.
sticky floors.
Here's the thing about Deep Blue Sea.
Touched my first vagina in that fucking movie theater, man. Like no
He said
bullshit.
vagina. He
Yeah,
said
man.
the full. Is that
Vagina.
going to be the word of the day?
That's the
Vagina.
word.
Yeah.
That's the word. He didn't call it a. Ha ha.
It was halfway
So,
through
ha, ha, ha.
Stargate. Matter of fact, right before,
Stargate.
right when they first landed on the, you know, they went through the Stargate for the first time, and landed on the
Then
little
he went through
bit.
the Stargate.
Yeah, man, I went
With
through
your
the
fingers?
whoop, 2 fingers.
Yeah.
What's happening? Yeah,
That's
I was
interesting.
a little bad kid.
So, like, speaking of that, with the 2 fingers
Yeah.
and girls and whatnot,
Ah, shit. Let's go.
did you get a threesome with JC and Kelly?
Actually, the names were changed, but yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
You did?
So that was based on a true story.
A lot of my stuff is based on true stories, but I like alter it a little bit just because I don't want to sound like a total degenerate.
Okay, so
But,
we need to give some kind of context.
Oh, we will give some
We're
context.
talking about a song that was on. Go ahead. What album are we talking here?
Jesse and Kelly.
The Jesse and Kelly EP. Okay.
Yeah.
And the premise of that was
It was I was playing Zach Morris. It was a little chick that, well, actually, it was two young ladies that I was dealing with kind of around the same time. One was more of an intellectual, pre-woke era chick, and the other was just like, hey, rah sis boom bye, fuck me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
Jesse.
yeah, and I was in a situation where I had a lot of altercations, I guess, betwixt the two of them until we all kind of got on the same page.
Twix.
Yeah, and it just made life nice.
okay.
Gave it some prestige.
Oh, wait, Jesse and
yeah. That was my first three-way, matter of fact. Yeah. We are going through all my first
Yeah,
things.
we're going
Y'all
through a
look
lot of
good.
firsts because we're going all the way back. Jesse and Kelly is like one of your first EPs, right?
Yeah, that was 2009, 10.
Really?
I want to say. Like I put out my first recorded material in 2008, and that was me and Jedi did the Prestige EP, and that was like 10, 11 songs that I had.
Oh,
that was
wait. Let's pull up Jedi.
shit.
Let's pull up Jedi real quick.
Okay.
Talking about you guys recording this because this is interesting.
Oh.
And I just want to
Commingling stories. I like that shit.
Yeah, the web. We've got the Marvel universe. We've like been breaking it down.
Yeah, we really have
we've
been.
got the Marvel universe right now.
really
We're
have
like,
been going down
okay,
like
so
each-
we got Iron Man right now.
This is
Meanwhile in
my
Queens.
bad. The last episode of My Humble Opinion. That one. That
I
one we
like
got
that.
queued up.
That's funny.
My bad. I got it mislabeled on the thing. I was like, pull up Jedi. It's like, I didn't even tell you what to pull up.
Yeah, it was just random.
That's started coming across. Now, Dustin, I went to high school with Dustin,
my
so
niggas.
he was off it when we were doing council stuff early 2000. He was in Southern, and when I started producing, he would always come home and get my beats. He never let me listen to where he recorded it, how he recorded it. He
just had beats.
I
just
took
took
the
the
beats.
beats.
Not, yeah.
Okay.
His first album, my first time hearing it was when it came out. I never heard him rap before the album came out, and I would say that was when he met Rockaway through you.
Yeah, I was the first one. I went to Lamar, and Rockaway's manager
right there because I
just
just
hit
want
me
to
up
know
through MySpace.
why. Why? Because he was adamant. He was like, "Yo, like he was in college. He come get beats, and that's it." He was like, "I didn't even know he could rap till the album came out."
Nobody did. That's the crazy.
So
That's the
wild.
crazy shit.
What was going on?
Honestly, man, I had never recorded. I had never like rapped on. Honestly, I was nervous.
Yeah.
No bullshit, man. Like I don't have a fear of public speaking, like anything like that. But man, it was something intimidating about. I guess just about the fucking getting in the booth and you in the booth and everybody's listening to what you saying, because back then, we ain't had like studios and shit. We had somebody set up they shit in the closet.
Yeah.
All your niggas show up, everybody smoking, drinking, chilling, whatnot, and then and they hearing you rap and shit. And I was too nervous to get in the booth in front of all my partners. And so when I was in college for a while, when I would come home and I did, hey man, stripes, my nigga. And I would come home and Jedi, he started producing. And every time I take like 4 or 5 beats back to Baton Rouge with me, and I just sit on campus and just rap and write to them shits, several songs to the same beat.
Good.
And then it was like, I guess that was kind of practice and whatnot. And then when I got back home, I took the 10 best songs that I had, and I went and got them mixed by dude that used to mix Master P shit. I came across him in Baton Rouge and played some stuff for him. He was like, "Man, your shit dope, man. I'll come mix your whole project for just one little small fee if you want to start doing it for real." So I did it, and that was the Prestige EP, and that's what kind of first got getting me noticed, I guess.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I even when Jedi and them, like when I came back home for good, and it's like 08, 09, like they would have sessions at his crib, and everybody be rapping and shit, and I would stay in the back. I wouldn't get in the booth for shit. I was like, man, I ain't about to rap in front of y'all. Fuck that shit, nigga. I was just that just intimidated by it. And I think probably the first time I really started rapping around them was we was at John Dew crib, and
John Dew.
And he threw on it was freestyle, and I was blazed up and shit. And he threw on the high powered beat, and it was and I had some bars for that bitch, and he was like, man, fuck it, let's go ahead and go. And I was faded enough to where I was like, all right, I'm in here, turn the mic on, let's go, I'm ready, fuck this, play the beat. And I freestyled Polos and AKs for like
Wow.
for like it had to been like 5 minutes long of me just spitting, and the beat ran out, and I kept on going, and finally when the song was done, I walked outside, and I remember John Dew face. That nigga had his headphones on. He was sitting there like, dog, do that again. From that point on, it was like, I get goosebumps thinking about this shit. That was the moment where I was like, all right, yeah, I got this now.
So now you're like, okay, I can rap.
Another first.
I respect John Dew's musical opinion, and his face said everything. His face was like, nah, you can do this. I said, all right, bet, let's go. And then we did like 4 or 5 songs right then. Made a little EP. Me and him made an EP together. I got like 5 or 6 EPs, people that probably ain't even heard. That's just out. That you Google enough, you can probably find them. But yeah,
we can find like the Presto series.
Yeah.
That's like Volume 1, Volume 2.
Prestige EP. Yeah. I think it still might be on. It still might be on Dat Piff.
It is.
Okay. Well, yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
but that was my first. That was my first project, and from there, that was it. I was like, well, I guess I'm rapping now, and because we had all been producing a little bit. Like even when Jedi started producing, he and I kind of were doing the same thing, but I wanted to get more into songwriting. So I like writing songs more than just making tracks. So I started focusing on that, and that's kind of where I guess the divide went. A couple of my dudes, they started producing more, and me, I was like, man, fuck it, I'll just write the hooks. Like whatever y'all produce,
your hooks are nice too.
Appreciate it.
They're like real creative.
Appreciate it. I take pride in my hooks.
Yeah, I can understand. Just listening to your music, it's a very easy listen.
Yeah,
and plus your hooks are not like basic; they're real descriptive. And I'm like, oh, that's like it's interesting. Like you're a real creative dude. Like as far as like when it comes to creativity, not just rap. Because clear you don't have nigga ears. We know what that means. When it comes to creativity, who influences you?
Man, shit, it's better to say who doesn't. Like, I've listened to, I listen to everybody, and I don't say that just like everybody says, oh, I listen to all music. No, I really listen to all music, man. Like, I first really started getting appreciation for it. Everybody listens to it when you're a kid around your parents, but like when I first started breaking it down, like, oh my God, it was probably been 5th grade. Or 6th grade 6th grade when I heard Stone Temple Pilots for the first time, and I don't know what it was about, man. Sky Wildland's voice and the lyrics and just how they put shit together. I was in a band too, band geek for a while. Alto sax, holla at me.
That's it. That's where I do remember that.
Yeah, I was band for 4 years, but
there's an influence though, because you got a lot more music. You're talking about Stone Temple Pilots, like Sublime type stuff. Because Plaid is,
and that's what actually led me to Plaid. Because Prestige EP was me first rapping. That was my first raps ever, and I was like, man, I know Jedi since high school, and I said, man, if I rap, you gonna produce. That's the only way I'm gonna rap. So he's like, all right, here, boom. So we had that done, and through Floss, I met Rockaway, man. Me and Chris Rockaway tripping. Me and Chris Rockaway just, like, we clicked, man. Like, our first time in the studio together, man, I probably went in there for a group session. It was me, Floss, Jedi, I think John Dew, everybody was in that bitch. We got there like around 6 o'clock. By 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, it was just me and Rockaway there, just vibing, listening to beats, talking about music, musical theory, talking about, wild shit we saw on the internet, drugs.
Smoking jazz lettuce.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, all that kind of shit, let's doing coke and treasures, like, shit, coming, rites of passage in Houston, you know what I'm saying? It was,
But before we get, since we talking about musical, time out. Since we talking about musical influences, while we're talking about that, let's play One Man Army. Because that's a rock song. Let's play a rock song. One Man Army. Let's pull that up. So, what were you going to say?
They can hear us. Yeah. Nigga, what? Doing coke and treasures?
Man, I've had fun. I've had a very fun life, dog.
I was like, I thought that was a phrase, and I go, wait. Treasures is. Treasures is. We know what that place is. Well, if you're not from Houston, it's a strip club. So like doing.
If you're not from Houston, you could have figured out the
Our
treasures.
writing sessions.
You're right.
Our writing sessions and inspiration sessions were very adventurous, man. Like you gotta have something to write about.
Yeah,
so,
sure. Yeah.
Like, I can't write about wild shit if I don't.
I like this song.
Man, I'm so young in this shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
2010,
This is
11.
definitely old.
Woo! 7 years.
Yeah.
In the
I really
heights.
like this song because I be feeling like this be my life.
This is in the heights.
Oh, I remember that. She was so bad.
Yeah, she was.
Damn, pull her down. What's happening? I remember her too. She was fine as fuck.
Now my thing about
I
it
had a good
is,
time putting her
Yeah. I feel your life, bro. I was like,
were
that's-
you trying to? You were like, your goal was to create a rock album. Where you said you did rock.
Oh, like I actually, and no bullshit, I am in the process of writing a rock album right now.
really?
Yes, I'm doing one that's the project I'm working on now is kind of like, is more like Plaid than I think anything I've done, because one thing I've tried to do is make sure that my next album is not like my last. So
Okay.
Plaid is not like Kelly and Jesse. Kelly and Jesse's not like the Prestige. Houston Presto Volume 1 and 2 are nothing like each other. Dharma is nothing like Plaid, and Dope is nothing like Dharma. So this one is like really kind of, this one is on. I got some good rock and some good R&B. I guess got some groovy ass shit on this one, man. It's really, I'm proud of it. Cause I'm stepping out of I had a formula, honestly, for my last 3 albums that, I kind of stuck to a kind of a base formula.
Really?
This
You?
one, yeah, man.
What'd you feel was a formula? Like what was the formula?
I
you
wanted
were
to tell
doing?
a story with every album. I feel like from the intro to the outro, it should be some kind of lineage, some kind of story told, because I like an album that has
Like
a
an
theme.
ongoing theme, you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
When you play an album, I feel like it should take you through something instead of just being, here's song A, here's another song we thought was cool, here's another song we thought was cool, blah blah blah, and then it's the end. All these songs have nothing to do with each other. They don't correlate to any of the other songs in any way, and that's not what I do. On my albums, I have an intro that I treat it like a movie or a preface in a book. The intro is going to tell you basically what you're going to experience on that album.
Makes sense.
And that leads into the first song. Usually after the intro song is the introduction of that main character who's going to take you through that album itself.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No, it makes
Okay.
no.
I just wanted to ask a side question.
No. Because
How much do you like College Dropout?
I love College Dropout.
God
man.
damn.
Like College Dropout. That was my Bible, man. When that came out, it
You can tell.
changed the whole. I feel like, man,
And
it
not in a
changed-
negative way,
Oh,
because
no,
you don't
yeah,
follow
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but you can tell that early Kanye is well on them.
Huge
Early
influence.
Kanye is a huge influence on
influence,
them,
yes.
but specifically you.
Hell yeah.
But you don't.
Him and Devin the Dude probably influenced my style more than any 2 other people in
Because
rap.
that's all I kept getting when I was looking you up. It's like Kanye West, Devin the Dude,
Andre 3000.
Stone Temple
of course,
Pilots.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like
I
that.
understand.
I'm
That-
a
that's
big
pretty much what
STP
it
fan.
is.
I'm a big STP fan. Like I'll sing Plush at any karaoke.
Wow.
Like, and kill that shit too. You have not lived till you seen me sing Plush or Senorita by Justin Timberlake at karaoke, man. It's
Senorita.
I feel you.
panties on the stage, bro.
Panties on the stage.
Panties on the stage. Panties on the fucking stage, bro.
Wow.
All in.
Now, what was the story you were trying to tell in Plaid?
Plaid was really just me showing all of my, because this is the thing, Plaid, I hadn't done an LP at that time.
Okay.
And so when me and Rockaway first started really kind of getting cool, I decided, okay, I want to do an album. And around that time, I got a songwriting deal in March of 2011, writing for a little company out here, a little record label out here. And it was pretty cool, and they gave me a good bit of money. And the owner of the company was good friends with Rockaway. So I worked out a deal to where I could get studio time on the company with Rockaway. So I'd be at Rockaway studio all the goddamn
man.
time.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do, I felt like I was in it at that point in time. I was like, all right, I'm about to blow up. So, so if I'm about to blow up, I want to have an album that shows all of my talents. I want somebody to say, if they never heard Dustin Prestige, I want to put that album in. I want them to hear rap, R&B, rock and roll, dance hall. I want fucking spoken word. I don't give a fuck what it is. I want them to hear everything that I have to offer musically as an artist. And that's what Plaid was. Plaid was me putting everything out on the table as, hey, this is me, and I'm gonna tell y'all all these. I'm gonna tell y'all all these little different points of view from different, from different genres.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put as many genres on there as possible, and that was the whole thing about Plaid. It was like a magical genre tripping thing. We're gonna go from rock and roll, we're gonna go to this, then we're gonna go to that, and then it ends off with this like kind of like a somber love song. And I just thought that was cool. But that
almost leads
really
into the next album because Dharma is definitely.
Dharma was
is dark.
Yeah, that was the first album. Like
Let's
my dad heard. He
let's
said,
pull
like,
up the trailer for Dharma.
Son,
Pull
you
up the
all
trailer
right?
for Dharma.
The trailer
So
for
yeah.
Dharma is dope.
What's going on with Dharma?
All right. Dharma it's funny that Plaid ends on Better Late Than Never, and Dharma starts up. I went through a lot of women issues, man. I've had my share of troubles, and and basically Dharma was I was kind of in a really fucked up place. I had the record deal for like about less than 5 or 6 months, and the company kind of fell apart. Me and the lady that I was with were going through serious shit. Me and the previous lady I was with was going through a possible pregnancy scare.
Ooh.
Yeah, life. And it was a lot of shit I was dealing with, and a lot of trust issues and insecurity. It was me kind of like my most vulnerable, just being kind of honest and open about shit I was going through and the pain. And I took all the shit that I was dealing with the ladies I've been dealing with over the last few years, and I made them into one character, and that was Dharma. And she represented everything good and bad about me being this, playboy at the time, falling for a young lady, letting my guard down and getting fucked over for it. It's kind of like my take on Boomerang almost.
Oh, okay.
But from a more artsy expression standpoint,
Why'd you choose the name Dharma?
It was an odd name to pick. I thought the same thing.
I was like, Dharma and
why
Greg?
Dharma?
Really?
Nah, I mean, honestly, man,
Are you high at 3 o'clock in the morning watching Dharma and Greg?
a lot of my shit comes from me being high at like 3 o'clock in the morning because I don't sleep like regular hours. But it's more so from like loss from the Dharma Initiative.
Oh,
You know
Dharma
what I'm saying?
Initiative. Dharma
I always
Initiative.
thought that was cool.
Dharma Initiative is the word because it's not. Yeah, obviously,
Initiative.
I mean,
it's not
Dharma-
vagina.
Yeah,
So
it's not. But I always felt like that. I don't know. That was, and then the Dharmatic principles. When I was kind of writing the album, a couple things just kind of kept hitting certain keys or hitting certain chords with me, and it just stuck. Like when I write an album, before I even like make the first song, I envision the whole shit. What's it gonna sound like? What kind of vibe am I going for? What is someone who listens to it gonna get from it?
Yeah.
What is the artwork gonna look like? Because I design my own artwork. Like I pretty much, what is it? What's the flow of the album? Where am I gonna start? Where am I gonna end? And how am I gonna get those 2 points to tie together? And that's how I do. That's how I write albums. I write albums like I write a movie.
That
Almost,
makes sense.
because I feel like it should be it's a movie that you're listening to.
yeah,
And I mean, your videos have. I mean, we're gonna get to the fact that you are out here creating movies, but you have a lot of video work as well. We've had some guests come on. Some might have 1 or 2 videos they worked on, but you have some pretty intricate video work. Even like I Am Legend.
Yeah, that was my favorite, man.
that's my favorite
Pull
too.
up I Am Legend.
Man, we had like 25,000 views. That's a big deal for me. Like that was the first video I ever made. I Am Legend was directed by Ronnie West.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
yeah.
He's out in LA right now. We got some shit we're working on right now too. That was.
Now, wait, if your dad was like asking you questions after Dharma,
Wait, no, I Am Legend came out before, and
that's what I'm saying. What did
the
you
funny
say
thing
after I
is,
Am Legend?
everybody in even my family and friends that all saw this, they loved the song and the video. They like it's wild, but it's the first time them seeing me doing it. That's my first.
It's real creative.
My first. We did that before we did. We actually recorded this one before we did One Man Army.
Okay.
And so like we had just videos on deck really, and just kind of taking time to edit them. That's my homegirl Casey.
It's real creative. It's better than standing in front of like a bunch of dudes and yelling.
And that's exactly. And the thing was, man, me and Ronnie, when we sat down to get the I guess to plot the video out, his whole thing, the initial idea was, my initial idea was, I said, I don't want to do something where we got to go do a car shot where I'm driving down the street. We don't want to do it where I'm sitting in front of something doing rap hands and shit like that. I don't want like my first video, man. Let's not do that, please. I said, I don't give a fuck. What we do. I don't care if we got to kill a white girl. Let's just do something.
That's what happened.
Ronnie was like, you know what? I got an idea, man.
And that's from not having nigga ears and watching MTV.
He took your idea.
He said, you know what, man? He literally took. He said, man, look, video you wake up, it's a chick you've been partying with. She's ODs, and you got to get rid of the body.
Hey.
I said, let's do that shit.
How heavy was she?
She was actually.
She looked like she was mad light.
She light as fuck. She was light as fuck.
No, yeah, I know he still knows it, but she's light as fuck.
She's
You
probably
couldn't,
she's
you couldn't get no video girl up in there.
Nah, that's the whole. She probably about 95 pounds. So wet.
And this starts to get you. I mean, you have lists on. We're talking about Complex, Rap Radar. Like people are really picking up.
Yeah. Shout out to Shay Serrano. Shout out to B Dot. That's my partners. That's
B-Dot, yeah. That's the guy.
And honestly, those are the first two people that ever gave me write ups on my music.
Yeah.
Ever. And this was
really.
Yeah. This had to been
Rap Radar.
damn near about. Matter of fact, I have a funny story about that. March 9th, 2010.
March 9th, Biggies.
Yeah, March 9th, 2010, 2009, I want to say. Maybe in 2009. I had just lost my job, and me and Hash were Jedi now, excuse me.
He's in production mode.
Yeah,
so
he's all production now.
Jedi master.
But we had just knocked out, or we just put out the Prestige EP, and I was shooting out songs and shit. This is when MySpace was still popping, or it was like the tail end of MySpace. It was about to die, and I sent out a couple emails with 2 songs, and one of the people that sent me something back was a DJ Wonder, who DJs DJs on Shade 45.
Yeah,
and he's on Sway's TV show, or Sway's radio show now, but he used to DJ for Angela Yee's radio show. They hit me back saying, we got a segment called Don't Quit Your Day Job. We're gonna bring you on there, play 2 of your songs. We're gonna have a special guest in there. They're gonna critique your music, and boom, it's over. Come to find out, Drake was the guest like 4 weeks earlier. not as one of the special guests. He was somebody that sent music in.
Yeah.
He sent music in. They played 2 of his songs, and people called in and said, a couple people said it was cool, some people said it was trash, and so it was crazy because I had heard about Dude at that time, but I was like, all right, well, fuck it. They did my interview. B Dot and Elliot Wilson just established Rap Radar, and it was going live the day that they played my song.
Wow. And
they were in studio, and B Dot and Elliot both were like, man, we actually wanted to hate on Boy shit, but we couldn't hate on it. I played J.O.B. from the Prestige EP, and I played Bad Idea. And as the show was wrapping up, they were like, man, send us your shit to this email. We're gonna put you on Rap Radar. We like your shit. Let's go. And I was on Rap Radar like 5 times. First unsigned act on Rap Radar. And so I guess that was a little, pat on the back little thing. And then Shay heard my shit locally through Floss.
Yeah.
And he just became a fan just automatically, man. He was just like, man, look, whatever you do, let me hear it. Yeah. And to this day, like Shay and B Dot, there's a lot more people than that kind of have come along on the journey.
Those aren't your only fans. Killer Mike.
Yeah, that's my bro, man.
How does Killer Mike come out?
MySpace.
Really?
At that same time where I was shooting out songs to everybody. Like I said, I hit him up on his MySpace page, and I was like, "What's up, dog? I like your music, man. I've been a fan of your music. You ever get a chance, check out the song I did called J.O.B." And a couple minutes later, he hit me back saying, "Bro,
minutes?
Yes, minutes. Like, swear to God." And I was in my office at that time, picking up like my last. I was picking up like some last shit from my office, and I was sitting down fucking around on the computer, sitting out, and motherfucker hit me back. And he was like, "Dog, your shit is fire, man. Here's my number." Whenever you trying to, whatever you doing,
nigga.
And I got a real fucked up story behind that situation, but I ain't gonna revisit that one yet. I'll say that for the next time. I fucking with you. But like he became a mentor to me. Like
really?
To this day, like I call him up or text him and be like, ask him a question or what his opinion is on something. Like when I finish a song, I'll shoot it to him first and just see what he thinks about it. Like when I hit
that's incredible.
When I did Groove, I'd make Groovin' like a couple months ago, and I was kind of like, it's catchy. It's catchy.
Let's pull up Groovin'.
And I sent it to him, and he texts me back like minutes later talking about my nigga. we need to put somebody. Let's do something with that. Let's do something with it. But he's always been on the kind of thing where he doesn't want to be like, I'm gonna take you. Here you are. Here's the world. Here's Dustin Prestige. It's on a. Show me you can do it on your own, and when you get here, you ain't got to worry about shit.
Yeah, that's good.
It's on that kind of
that's
stuff.
understandable, especially
Totally
from the place he come from. Because remember, his first look to us, to the world, was on the whole world.
Yeah,
and people was literally like,
Who is this
that's
guy?
just that dude that rapped on Outkast song. I was like, yo, it took a while to get out from under that, the weight
Same with
of
2
that.
Chainz.
Same thing with 2 Chainz.
True.
Coming out
Titty
under
Boy
Luke.
for 10
Yeah.
years. 10
And it's just
years.
like,
when you behind Ludacris, who was the biggest selling artist in the South for a long time, and he couldn't get that look, you know what I'm saying? And he had to step back, kind of peep things out, and figure out how to walk his way into the shit. And then as soon as he got there, then you got your Kanye's and everybody saying, "Welcome, now let's get it." And that's kind of where I am. That's cool. Me and Mike's kind of, I guess our relationship is more of a. I'm actually going to Atlanta August 8th through the 12th. Go out there to fuck with him for a little bit, man. Just kind of get some business done. Try to see if I can get in some movie roles, some shit. Yeah, I was there, anything. But yeah, to this day, man, Mike is that's the big brother, man. And no matter what, like that's my guy.
And I'm happy for that. That's like my favorite rapper. And I like him. Yeah. But like as far as you say, you're going out there trying to get in movie roles. So you act as well?
Yes, I do everything. I was actually in. Last September, I was in 2 shows as extra roles, but I was in 2 shows, and I had one kind of non-talking acting role with Sanaa Lathan in some movie she did called Napoli Ever After, which I don't even know if it's gonna see the air of day since she bit Beyonce in the face.
Beyonce.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Tiffany Haddish talks too much. It's like,
man, I love Tiffany Haddish.
Haddish is a snitch.
Damn, she dropping too much game out there, man. Like, ain't nobody got to know
she's
Beyonce got
clearly
big.
a snitch.
Like, it's just interesting that you know people are regular, but it's just interesting to have that like somebody bit somebody.
Yeah,
it's like, she just be on coke.
That's
she's
why
like,
she bit her in the face. That shit ain't cool. But yeah, so I do all that.
She said nothing. Nathan,
why not?
I'm just saying. Look,
she
getting
Groupon money.
If I ever make it to the other side, I won't say nothing.
If I make it, I'm telling on everybody.
You could kill a nigga.
Yeah,
I ain't saying shit.
Tell everybody.
Lips are sealed. Yeah.
Since we were talking about some before we get into the movies. Let's play Better Late Than Never. Okay. Let's play that video because you were saying I just remember this one because that car scene. Because you were saying I don't want a scene where it was just not a typical rap. It looked like a movie.
Yeah. You really don't go for
there's
the
a part
norm.
where it literally just looks like a movie.
Ronnie taught, and shit, truth be told, Ronnie taught me like the first shit I ever learned about making, about writing and directing, which is, to this day I'm implementing it in my own shit. But that shot right there, that was dope. That was right outside the studio we did that.
Yeah.
And he stuck the camera on the back of the car with a suction cup and drove like really close behind me because he was like, man, if the camera falls, I want to get it before it rolls too far. I was like, man, if that camera falls, it's a wrap, bro. So I'm driving like 10 miles an hour right now, just trying to not let the camera fall off. But I love that shot. That's a dope ass shot.
And that's the thing. It was like it was a different opening for a video. I was like, yo, this looks almost like a movie.
It's like a movie.
This definitely looks like a movie shot.
We shot that whole thing at the matter of fact where I had the record deal or the songwriting deal. They had a facility that had all these offices and studios and shit like that. And we shot the whole thing there, and that was just a bunch of long shots.
Yeah, I see. That's what's so good about it. It looks like This Is Us. It does. Doesn't it look like This Is Us? I was like, wow, this looks like something happened on This Is Us.
Man,
it's a long shot.
Man, I ain't seen that shit.
Okay,
I watch my own old videos, man. Sometimes it gets a little weird.
Let's get into some new stuff because you just submitted. Let's pull up Fade. Okay. All right. Now, when we're talking about what is your what made you decide to get into let me just go ahead and start directing?
I've had an affinity for film as long as I've had an affinity for music, if not longer. As much as I've loved, music and all types of different music, man, I've been a film buff forever. And I've always wanted to do it, but I never put the effort in to actually, studying it. When I go about something creatively, I like to study the fuck out of it and study who did it before me and how they did it successfully, and I like to try to mimic that in a way. And going out to Atlanta last fall kind of really showed me. I got to be on a movie set for the first time and witness and watch how it's done with millions of dollars. And that kind of gave me the confidence because I saw how the director was doing things. I said, oh, shit, I could do that. It's based, I did project management for construction for years. And so that's all directing is. Yeah. It's project management. And I'm like, if I can project manage a couple $1 million building, I could project manage a $10,000, something or else. And that's what I wanted to do. I said, I'm going to start writing and directing and sooner than later acting in my own shit. And I took the little bit of bread I had laying around and got some of my partners together and wrote and filmed
Rob J.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had to Fresh Fades.
Yeah, and that's
shout out to Fresh Fades.
Basically, shout out to Phil.
Yeah,
and went and shot that 10 minutes away from the crib at Fresh Fades from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and wrapped it up in one day.
Oh man, one day shoot. That's
man,
good.
I don't fuck around when it comes to the shit, man.
What's your favorite movie? Who's your favorite director?
Pulp Fiction, Quentin.
Understood. Makes sense. Long shots.
Changed my life, man. Parents let me watch that shit when I was in middle school, and my pops let me watch it. My mom wasn't too keen on it, but my pops was like, man, nah, fuck, this shit's good.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah, that's it. So to this day, man, me and pops, like that's the movie we can fucking sit there and quote back and forth each other all fucking day. And
I quote it all the time.
Man, look, it's.
Does he look like a bitch?
Yeah, exactly.
Does Marcellus Wallace look like I say that every time to somebody.
Man, he made the perfect movie. I will say, I don't care what other piece of film or cinema you put up to it, man. That man made the perfect movie.
Better than Reservoir Dogs?
Man, look.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of Reservoir Dogs.
I'm a huge fan of Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is actually my second favorite.
I can understand.
You know what I'm saying? With
just in one location, basically.
With
Like
Inglourious Basterds being third. Because just what he did.
What's your third?
Inglourious
Okay,
Basterds.
I can understand.
Yeah, I can get that.
I love period pieces.
Yeah,
he did that shit, man. I've been waiting to see him do something, with a stupid budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about authentic Nazi occupied France. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like that's like I loved what he did with that. But
what was the one with Samuel L. Jackson where they were
every last one of them?
That's the Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, same thing. When you got like one centralized location,
that's what I like.
Because you depend more on story. And I see with your movies, I can understand that because with the movie that we just saw, you have a centralized location. You have
basically in the seat. You're in the seat the whole time, for the most part.
And it was cool just to reveal. It was kind of Quentin-ish.
That was the
kind of Quentin-ish.
I put a little bit of all my favorite little cinema tropes into that.
Yeah.
I put the twist ending at the end, the reveal. I wanted to have a gun in there somehow, so I had him draw the gun. I wanted to have the voiceover before you see anybody. That's what Quentin and Scorsese do all the time.
Yeah.
Well, Scorsese more so than Quentin, but it's all the little stuff that I like about movies, man. I put into the movies I make, just like all the things I like about music, I put into the music I make.
You say movies plural, so we've seen one. There are more coming. I presume.
I'm editing my second one called Shots right now.
Shots.
And it's
one syllable titles. Huh?
Yeah, that's my gimmick, man. You got
okay.
Go where it works. And so that actually it's not a continuation of Fade, but a couple of the characters that you remember from Fade are in Shots. So I'm basically universe building right now, trying to get my, doing my Quentin thing.
I see that. You're doing your Quentin
so
thing.
No matter what I do or what I direct or write from now till forever, it's all connected to Fade in some way and
That's
everything
awesome.
else that I do. So,
That's what I like about you. You can see when you're clearly influenced by something, but you don't follow it all the way.
Yeah,
because I feel disrespect. I feel like I would be disrespecting you by calling you like Houston's Kanye, but you can.
I accept that. Fuck it. Kanye, man. Say what you want about Kanye, man.
I love
genius.
Kanye. I'm a Kanye stan. He's
like,
a genius.
Straight up.
But I feel like I'm disrespecting you by putting you in a box because you do so much, and it's like I said before, you don't have nigga ears, so it's clear you can like listen to anything and you can take something from something instead of just like listening to just rap and being like, yeah, I like all these rappers, and I'm like, they do the same thing.
Same shit, man.
It's the same
shit.
stuff.
More like Donald Glover, I guess. If I had to, he does the music, the movies. He did stand up comedy for a while, so I guess I'm kind of.
He did stand up comedy.
Yeah, he did. He did. He actually had.
I remember it.
Yeah, Weirdo was actually a pretty decent special. Don't get it twisted, man.
Decent.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like
it's not.
Don't let that diminish my credibility.
It's not that Donald Glover is not funny because I do think Donald Glover's funny.
When writing.
The show Community.
Donald Glover, the
Season
comedy
1
is like Drake.
is hilarious.
Write it out. Don't freestyle.
He was great. He was great in Community.
He was great in Community.
His
Him and
writing-
Abed.
Yeah.
And look, I give that man credit because when they first said that, so that's what you were. If you go back and watch Community, because number one, a lot of people didn't because it got canceled so quick. But you go back and watch it, you see that character when they first announced like Donald Glover is dropping a rap album. I was like, no, he's not.
No,
I said that's the wrong idea. I said, where are your friends? Like nobody's gonna tell you not to do that.
And he
And then
dropped
I
that
heard
shit
it. I was
and it was-
like, yo, dude can rap.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
He can.
dude can
He got
actually
better.
rap.
I like him because he got better.
And I appreciated Weirdo for what it was at the time.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
2010 comedy. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like comedy around 08,
And one of the
09.
only weird black guys
were-
doing it.
We were
Like,
just
yeah.
getting out of the
The
Dane
joke?
Cook kind of era, so
Yeah,
it was still
yeah.
that kind of campy.
The
a little
nigger dick
bit.
joke, that's the best thing on
That
it.
was.
Yeah.
That was bold.
That was
That was
bold.
bold. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
I mean, he's no
Y'all should
Patrice,
Google
you know
that.
what I'm saying? He's no Patrice, but yeah, I mean,
No, he's definitely
did
no
his- he did
Patrice.
No, he's not
his-
Patrice.
he did
No,
his thing.
Patrice.
That's
Patrice
the
was up
GOAT.
there just
That-
freestyling.
Man, that's
Patrice
We
is
saw
just airing his
Patrice every
grievances.
time he come down
Greatest-
here,
greatest-
and he had
greatest
nothing written
comedian
out. He just
ever,
got up there
man.
talking. Yeah.
best ever, man.
Hands down.
One of the best ever. Yeah,
Best
I feel
ever,
you, man.
Oh, he's my best. I
He's your
saw him
best?
live
Man,
too many
Elephant-
times,
Elephant in the
and he
Room.
just
Elephant in the Room holds up to this day
Yeah.
over damn near
You niggas got women issues?
anybody. Just no,
I'm
just,
just messing with you.
It's not even that. It's just
it's the way, man.
Yeah.
No, I love
Man,
Patrice. I know
yeah.
what you mean.
Even
It's
Mr.
just
P, even the album, his last album,
yeah.
fucking like
his
oh,
delivery.
man, just talking
Yeah.
about how he don't like people touching him because people that work for the TSA. They say they be having the craziest thoughts like, yeah, I'm about to touch this motherfucking titties right quick. Their faces be like save the world face, like, like that shit
the
resonate
way he
with
breaks
me.
things
Yeah.
down, I totally
Yeah,
understand where
man.
you're coming from. So I
Yeah.
guess will we see comedy from you? Because you,
Oh
you're
yeah,
a funny guy.
I've actually, man, I did stand up for like a good year or two out here, but the thing is, Houston's comedy scene is like, you know, so
It's coming back up.
It's coming.
It's coming back up.
man, but there's only one spot that
coming
really,
up
it's only
from where?
one. We have one club, one
Yeah.
serious club in the city.
Yeah.
That's the Improv.
Yeah.
As far as open mic sets, we have maybe I say three decent places tops in the entire city of Houston where you can go work on your material and do
Yeah.
open mic.
I'm saying you just got to hit all. I do comedy right now, so
Man,
you got to hit everything.
Man, look, I did that, and now I'm like, you know what? If I have a more efficient way to deliver my comedic thoughts and stuff like that through my writing and through my films, then fuck it.
Yeah,
for the time being, I'll take that.
Oh, I see
I
that.
do plan on.
because you see people like Ali Sadiq and things like
Yeah.
that trying to build, because you got to build a crowd up.
Got
Like
to.
you have to build a crowd up to
Got
get
to.
these people out here to work on it, to get the audience to say like, I like this, I don't like this. I do like the fact that you have a lot more artists saying they're gonna stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got like Ali Sadiq is the truth just because he's
He
like,
stayed,
I'm gonna do
yeah.
it here.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, and that takes a lot to be like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to Los Angeles. I'm
Comedy
not
Central,
gonna go to New
a
York.
lot of people
Comedy
left.
Central checks cash just in
Yeah.
Texas just as well they
Exactly.
cash in
The
LA.
bank's the same.
And
everywhere.
but the thing is, that's what a lot of people kind of. I mean, everybody hears that if you're trying to do entertainment, seriously, the only place you really can do it in is New York or LA.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Or
But-
Atlanta now.
I mean, yeah, Atlanta,
Which is interesting
Atlanta is
'cause-
Black Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was.
Black Hollywood,
There was a
but-
point where it was just New York and Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
But-
That was it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Atlanta-
in this era though, man, hell, I kind of agree with that because to a certain extent, LA is Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no getting around. That is the entertainment capital of the fucking world.
that's why LeBron went there.
Exactly. There are the
LA
people.
Bron.
The people. I've said this a lot of times. If you're trying to do something like in film, you can be anywhere in the world and you can do it, and you can. The information age is here. You know, you can film your own shit. You can direct your own shit. You can put it on the internet. You can market it. You can promote it. But budgets are out there.
Yeah.
So even though Ali Sadiq's still doing this thing here, he had to make a couple trips to at least go out there and be seen
And talk.
Yeah.
you know, and go talk.
Be on
He's
a
done.
few
He's done
things.
some sets in L.A. at the
Yeah,
Comedy
absolutely.
Store, and
Absolutely.
he's done some sets in New York at Caroline's and shit like that. I know
He's
that for
been
a
on
fact.
This Is Not Happening.
Exactly,
Stuff like
like
that.
right
Yeah.
there. Shout out to Big J Okerson and all them. But but no, like I think that you have to. The budgets in L.A. for entertainment are already there. is nothing but a bunch of motherfuckers riding around with money to make shit happen for entertainment.
Okay.
If that if that makes any sense. So you can do
More
it here.
investors you have out
Exactly. You can do it here. It just takes longer.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
You can definitely set
Funny.
up a situation out here to where you write, direct, promote comedy, music, film, whatever it is. You can do this shit anywhere in the world now, especially in Houston. Houston has a bunch of people that want to do it, and there's spaces and resources for it. But LA is where the check writers are.
It makes sense though.
I wish we had a network out like
I think
that.
we have a lot of money out here, but it's like the way the filming laws in Houston destroy all of that. That's why more people shoot in Austin.
True.
While there are some, like, you can literally walk down the street and there's an oil tycoon who has everything. He can invest, but it's like
they ain't looking for entertainment. Let's just something involving a rodeo. You're not gonna get it.
and it's the rodeo. Like, who? Come on, man.
I'm pretty sure during Bernard Freeman's first term, he'll relax a lot of those laws. As soon as Bun B's mayor,
I knew it.
we'll go ahead and get. I'm telling
His
you,
first term.
at his first term.
I vote for Bun.
But I would vote
Who
for Bud.
wouldn't vote for
First
Bud?
of all, Bud is best friends with the last mayor, and
Yeah.
that's just like, man, come on now. I'll vote for Bud in a second, but as soon as he's mayor, relax those laws. I mean, that's the laws getting relaxed is what helps build up that Atlanta scene, which is why at the end of almost every show you see that peach
in
and then made in
Georgia.
Georgia. Like I was like,
Some
look, at a
tax
certain
incentives,
point.
man.
Yeah, we could have a little cowboy hat and a made in Texas and somebody yelling yeehaw, but
Thing is, Georgia, the difference between Texas and Georgia, they did a couple years ago. They kind of opened the floodgates to let people kind of get in. Louisiana's doing the same thing kind of right now.
yeah, Louisiana is.
in the last 5-6 years. Only thing is, Texas and Houston in general is not really that focused on that serious behind it because, for instance, like I said, the rodeo, for the money that they would make allowing a film to come and take up 2 to 3 months, blocking traffic, setting up, having film crews that are coming in and being housed, providing services and support for those crews and whatnot. They make all of that on one night of the rodeo.
Yeah.
So
You could keep all of that, right, and still
if
make
you
the
got
money.
the bag now and your system works, that's how Houston thinks. That's why we didn't get a train system until recently.
And
You
we
know what I'm
didn't
saying?
start building
Because
up
we
our
still-
sports teams.
Exactly,
don't.
because we
Yeah.
felt like, hey, why
No,
we
don't
need
have a train
trains?
system.
All these niggas got
we still-
cars.
we still don't have a train.
You know?
These are things that I'm like, I feel like
And Metro
one,
sucks.
I do
Metro
get
is
the feeling
terrible.
Metro's trash.
people are starting to move to Houston the same way people were moving to Atlanta at one point
yeah.
for no reason.
Hell yeah.
So you got these influences of people that are coming from the outside. Like, yo, I come from an area that had like decent transportation. Like, we need some kind of media. So I'm like, it's changing that mindset. It just takes more people because there are so many people out here, and even the benefit, like you were saying, like blocking off traffic, it'll take like somebody with money just being like, I'm gonna build up a studio because we got the space.
We do.
We got the space. We got the land. You could build up a studio in the middle.
We got the weather.
A movie studio in Houston would be such a fucking game changer, man.
Exactly.
Just one nice size studio where you can do commercial shoots.
Yeah.
You can bring cars in and do full views of vehicles. You can build living room sets to do like, stage live audience shit, man. One film studio in Houston would make some
got the
serious
people.
fucking bread, man.
Yeah,
But
We got the actors. We have the
and
talent.
Lord knows, I have been trying to push the ball on that myself. I think, what's the boy name? Young Chill used to be called Young Chill. I think he still may go by Chill. I think he actually got something small started out, like a studio that he got started out here. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I have heard rumblings that, there are a couple people that's trying to get that kind of thing going, but on a grander scale, the city needs that, man.
Yeah.
Like the city
I figure
needs
that and the legalization of weed will start to change.
Man, Texas
all
gonna
the
be the
stuff we
last,
used to.
man. We gonna be the next to Mississippi. We probably be the last.
I always said, no matter how cool we
Schulenburg.
are, Schulenburg did do it.
They did it out there, and it was for. I mean, my thing about that is they also did it for like, what is it?
What, glaucoma or
epileptic?
something?
No,
there,
if you have
epileptic
epilepsy.
seizures.
Oh, okay.
Which is also what like, when you legalize it for something specific like that, there's nothing against epileptics. I'm talking about that's just low on the scale of inherent danger. Like this is a stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
This is people that have, epileptic seizures, which is like, I was like, yo, it kind of seems like, okay, we're getting prepared for something to happen. Because we can't just be right next to Colorado.
I know.
Man,
And Colorado, literally,
Mexico.
like, all the stories that come out are just like, we don't know what to do with all this money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every
Wish the
kid's
government would
getting
let
an
it-
iPad.
yeah,
like,
like-
that's literally it. Like, they're like, we shoveled so much money back into the school districts that we overloaded it. So now we got to figure out, like, you know, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, yo,
Texas?
there are a lot of people out here.
You can, yeah.
I mean, Austin alone will fuel all of Texas.
And I mean, just the
Man,
way,
right.
just where California is placed, you unequivocally get the best marijuana on the planet. In California, we already know for years there've been business. Yeah, yes, just the way that it's
know nothing about that
California
marijuana.
and some Asian countries,
Oh,
but
okay,
California. Yeah, they're like, no, it's just the way that it is. I
It's
was
just
like,
the growing season and all that other kind of stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the natural that whole West Coast area.
That's why
man,
they got the
from
grapes.
Cali
They
up
got
to
grapes,
Seattle,
they got
all that
weed,
shit.
it's the growing season.
Well, actually, their
strawberries.
second cash crop in California is grapes. First one is weed.
Really?
I'm like,
In
my
California, you got a
goodness.
lot of grapes. Like no bullshit.
We don't eat that many grapes or
Uh,
drink that much wine,
Surely fucking don't.
and we drink a lot of wine
We drink
here.
a lot of
Cheese, eggs,
wine.
and
We have
Welch's grape.
wine.
Welch's grape is only 10% juice.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But if you're eating cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape, you probably smoked some marijuana before that.
So that shit probably tastes amazing.
It does.
Welch's grape is horrible.
It
It's
is.
horrible
But
juice.
when you hot, nigga, you
I'm
ate.
re- I'm really-
we went
I'm
out
really
last
upset.
night and
I'm
you ate a
upset
burger
at
off the
Biggie.
street. My
Dog,
G.
I did have a burger.
You ate
I
the
had a
fuck
burger
out that
straight
burger,
off the
nigga.
street.
Street burgers
First
go
of all,
hard though. Street burgers go hard.
I had a half of a burger off the street.
Yeah.
Because she ate the first
She
part.
did eat the, yeah.
And I don't think them dudes was, I don't know if they was finished cooking.
Oh, she's sick.
I
That's why I asked you. She
don't
goes,
think them dudes was finished cooking.
she says,
Burgers
she-
off the street got that like.
She
I'm
goes,
trying
I had to-
balance. How quickly do you want this? To
I had
how
to
much do I
leave.
really need to cook it?
yeah.
It's like,
Get what you pay for.
let's
She
go.
said I left work. And she goes, I was
Really?
asleep. And she's like, that's why when I came out, I was like, yo, we went out last night. My friend got like street meat, pause, but like some burger. And she was eating it. And she was like, this morning, she gave the rest to my brother. My brother ate the fuck out that. We was drunk. I wanted that burger too. But I was trying not to.
I might get a burger when I leave this bitch,
Yeah.
man. You got me feel like
So
burgers
this
now.
Tour of
morning,
the city.
like she hits me up at like 2 and she's like, yo, like I've been throwing up. Is your brother sick? I was like, before I even answered, I was like, no.
Yeah.
But I didn't even see him. I was like, nah, that nigga got a cast iron stomach.
I was a vegetarian for like 2 years.
I did that shit too, man.
Dog, I ate a steak. Nothing. People was like checking on. Are you okay? I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Is there more
this nigga
steak?
can, this nigga can eat.
I was like, is there any
He
more
can
steak?
eat the Ebola virus
Yeah,
and
nah,
probably just
I'll be
fart
straight.
and be good.
I will.
Like,
same
That's
way.
my superpower.
Yeah.
Like,
I go to every time I go like to Mexico or DR or some shit. I drink the water like it's nothing. I don't
Dog.
get no problems.
I
Bruh,
did that.
what?
I'm sorry. I did the
Hold
same
on, time out,
thing.
flag on the play, offside the
same
trap.
I drink a gallon of water
I
straight
did
straight
the
from
same
Mexico.
thing.
and
What were you
doing?
doing in DR?
I just got back from a wedding.
Okay. Okay. That's the
Nah,
answer.
nah,
That is
that's
the
a
answer.
perfect
Wrote a
answer.
song about it.
No,
Indeed.
and
And what album is the song on? What's the song
It's
called?
the one I'm working on right now.
Okay.
So what's the new album? What album do you think was going to come out soon?
This album, man, I'm gonna be real. Probably August, around the time I'm going to Atlanta. I wanted to wrap it up. I want to be able to take it out to Atlanta with me. Let a few people hear it. So shit, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, I can August. Yeah, August.
So
August.
October.
Rapper release date.
Basically.
Sometime.
Yeah, August,
Sometime soon.
Next year.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the new group of people that just basically, like, all new rappers just kind of say, like, coming soon.
Basically.
Like, it
I'm
might
finna
come,
put it out.
You know.
Once you like take out the like expectation, just put it out and just be like, it's out now.
And
Put
the
it out
greatest
there
rapper
and
of the
just let it
summer
fucking do
released her album with her
Yes.
husband on the middle of the day.
Beyonce.
On a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest rapper.
Greatest rapper
Hands
of the
down.
summer, hands
Greatest
down.
rapper of the summer.
Ripped the best rapper alive on his own album as well. I was man.
We make jokes
She made me
about-
go ape shit.
We make jokes about Nas and Tiana Taylor not really knowing what their album was going to sound like until they came to the release party.
Basically.
I don't think Kanye knew that. I mean, I don't think Jay knew that album was dropping. I feel like Jay
did.
was with Blue like doing something, and the album dropped. He was like, "Really?" I felt like
that's
Blue.
when he was on the jet
I felt
ski.
like Blue when he was on the jet ski. He was just
Pristine.
riding on the jet. Like, I felt like Blue
got in
knew
his
about the
emails.
album dropping. Like, yeah, Mom's dropping the album today. She's like, "She's what? When?" It's like,
no.
today. At
Not
like
today.
4:17.
Not today,
in the
B.
afternoon on Juneteenth.
Jay was at a party like in Atlanta. Happy Freedom Day. Like,
So, comedy, movies, music, acting, you have all these different ways to get your creativity out.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you prefer the most?
Man, at this moment, I had to say film, man, because everything like architecture, music, fashion, all that shit goes in the center, goes in the film.
Yeah, because grouping is on the end of fade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
and I'm always putting my shit in my movies too.
Yeah, that's what I did like.
Come on now, why not? Yo,
cross promote.
but like all those things that I love and I have an appreciation for, there's an aspect in making a film that you get to experience all of those. Like even just photography, from placing your shots to how you want something to be articulated on camera, how you want people to all that shit goes into movies.
That's true.
So that's why, like, at this point in time in my life, that is one of the most fulfilling things that I'm doing creatively, because everything else is going to follow suit behind that. When I'm getting in the zone and I'm writing a script, I've written, no bullshit, in the last 8 months, I've written about 9 projects, 6 of them short films, 3 of them TV shows that I'm actually submitting to producers now, just kind of trying to get out there. But it pushes everything. It makes me want to write more music. It makes me want to write more songs. It makes me want to study more about, right now film is just like, that's my shit, man. That's my shit. I haven't given up on other shit. I still record damn near every other day. But just making movies, man, that shit is moving me.
You thinking about going to film school or anything like that?
Actually, I considered it. I'm in the process of submitting to Tisch. It's the NYU Film School, where Spike Lee's a professor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm doing all right. Ain't got no responsibilities. I'm shaking every fucking tree possible, man. I'm whatever, like this journey. Like I live my life based on like just keep living. You doing something that makes your life feel better or more fulfilled or enriched. Keep doing the shit. If you're doing something that makes you feel bad or makes you feel like you're taking away from your quality of life, leave that shit alone. Like that's how I walk through the world.
That's your mantra.
Basically, that's how I move. And whatever is on my path, if it's good, I'm for it. If it's bad, and try to avoid the shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's so right now,
that
man.
Bullshit like the Matrix.
Basically, man, just movies, music, comedy, movies first right now, because I just found out that I'm actually good at this shit, so I want to keep doing it. I figured I said the same shit with my song, my music. I said, man, if as soon as somebody tell me it's whack, I'm gonna chill. With the fucking with Fade and with the whole Gentleman Jack competition, man, that shit, I was like, oh, all right, I can do this. Yeah, for sure. And that was like out of the fucking blue.
So did you expect to make it that far? Well,
man,
tell us about the competition.
When I wrapped up Fade, much like my music, I just started shooting it out to anybody.
Yeah.
I send it to anybody. I'd go do my reconnaissance missions. I say who's who, what's what, where's where, and I'm just internet goddamn gangster. I'm shooting my shit every email address I fucking find with a nicely worded letter. And I think I stumbled across that shit it was an Instagram ad.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, talking about Amari Hardwick, Real to Real. That's my frat brother. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go ahead and throw it in there, see what happens.
Wait, Ghost is your frat brother?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Amari's he's a brother of Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ghost.
Anywho.
But and I shot the shit, and they hit me back. They, a week later, like, you a finalist. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So it was me and 4 other films that they put on the website, and had to do votes and everything like that. And I ended up not making it. Yeah. But just the look, was fucking
the notoriety.
Yeah.
The prestige.
Yeah, basically,
if you will.
Like these people that are corporate sponsors think that my shit is good enough to go and they take up their marketing dollars, then goddamn it, I'm doing something right. So,
Okay.
Perfect, man.
that's how I live, man. Shit, keep doing it if it's good. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's awesome, and that's like why it's a good thing to just say this right quick. If you want your kid to be something, and you live in Fort Bend, they need to get to Dulles.
Dulles High School in this bitch.
Dulles High
That's just
School.
what it is. Dulles.
Hey, wait. But then again, at what point were your parents like, okay, this is cool what you doing? Because everybody we talk to, they've got it entertained. They went to college.
Yeah.
We talked to Todd. Todd's dad.
Yeah.
Todd got a hilarious story
Todd
about his
do got a
dad
hilarious
ripping a
story.
check up in front of him. Like, that's what you
Yeah.
did with my money.
Yeah.
And then he's like, one day he's like, okay, this is cool. At what point are your parents like, all right, she went to school, you graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
At
got-
what point
got
were
a
they
degree in
like,
architecture.
all right,
Yep.
this rapping and entertainment thing, we're cool with it?
2 points. Well, my mother was she bought in well before my father did, but that's just how mothers
Yeah,
they gonna
yeah.
support everything. So I think when I got on the on Rap Radar, and then Shay wrote a little article about my song, about the Prestige EP, like that same week. And I remember I sent my mom the links at her job or some shit, and she apparently, I found out later that day, she sent all her coworkers and
So
shit like
cute.
that. So I was
Yeah.
like, Mom, you know what I'm saying? She
That's
believed, and I
awesome.
wasn't cussing in my music at that time, so it was a lot easier for my mom to listen to.
Like, even if you were, she probably still would have sent it out.
Yeah, and so that's when my mom was like, my son, cause he's actually good,
Yeah.
and because like my family is cool with Travis Scott's family, and so that was the whole thing. When I started getting into it, they're like, oh, you think you're just gonna go to L.A. and do like he did? And all that other stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Well,
Fort
my
Bend.
dad didn't shit. His as far as everything creatively, the music, all that kind of shit was. When he saw Fade, no bullshit, he was like, man, whatever you trying to do with entertainment, fuck all this other shit, do that. Like,
Okay.
do that. I think
Okay.
a lot of people seeing that I wrote and directed a film, but even no matter how short it was, I think that kind of woke several people up. Like,
It's a real good movie. And-
Yeah,
and
I
your
mean-
cinematography, you actually pay attention. With not
yeah.
going to film school.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes when you look at other movies and you see like the shots that they choose, you'd be like, okay,
I study an awful lot, man.
You
I study an awful
obviously
lot.
do.
And Pops was just like, for the first time, we had to sit down and talk, and he was like, man, I watched it. I always thought your music was cool and everything, but man, you can do movies for real, because older black man is late 50s and shit. They not trying to hear about no fucking rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, rap, you gonna rap? Fuck that music ain't gonna be around for too long. Like
Still think that.
Yeah,
Like
that's the
computers.
idea. Yeah,
Computers ain't gonna
Wait
be
a minute
around
now.
now. We got
Master
phones.
P is 50 now.
Yeah.
He be
I
out
know.
here. You know what I'm saying? He be out
Jay
here
Z's
telling Romeo all the time.
982.
Yeah.
Like golly,
Jay-Z's
And so
not
that-
that old.
that was it.
He's
Him
not that
seeing-
old. And the
LL Cool J. How old is LL?
I don't know.
Goddamn.
plastic surgery wise, or
Wow, Will Smith's 50 something.
Will Smith,
And that's
Will
hip
Smith
hop.
is
No matter what
dad.
people say, he's 50 something. I mean,
Dog, Will Smith
Shit.
remixing his son's song.
yeah.
Is like, yo, this is how far we've come.
Marky
like,
Mark?
God.
Haley Jade, Eminem's daughter, she like 21 now.
Yeah,
That shit crazy.
yeah.
Haley J look
Bum
right.
B has
Yeah,
the
she-
future
she
mayor of
right.
Houston has granddaughters.
I know, man.
Like, you know what I mean? You're like, wow, okay.
Rest in peace, pimp.
You go back
Yeah.
and you're like, listen to their old stuff. I like listening to this old, like, like when Jay-Z was talking about
Not for nothing, never happened. I'll be forever macking.
I was like,
Quite
wow,
cold
forever
assassin.
macking?
I got no passion.
that lasted
no
a-
patience.
10 years.
And I hate waiting. Mommy, get your
and
ass
now,
in here. Now
and
he's
now
like,
Jay-Z.
I had to sweater. You did.
Hey,
To get her
That's
back,
what
you
it
had to
is.
sweater.
Things come full circle.
Yeah, he
And
grow
now
up.
he's riding around in jet skis with helmets.
Yeah.
And
Taking pictures
taking
half
pictures
naked?
on the bed.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, I do it too.
That nigga sold crack.
I would do it too.
I used to think Jay-Z was going to kill me. Nah, I'm playing. I never did.
Beyonce.
Never
Beyonce,
thought that.
Beyonce.
Beyonce,
Yeah, Beyonce can make me do
change the
anything.
world.
Yeah, shit. I make
Beyonce.
Solange make me do that shit.
Beyonce make me change my religion.
Solange will change the
Oh,
world
shit,
too.
Mama knows I'll be tripping, man.
I can understand. Are they cousin? What's her name? Kristen MD on Instagram. The one that was in that blue dress. And then nobody noticed that Beyonce was in that picture because that picture went viral. And then we go,
They was
wait.
like, yeah,
She's standing
Beyonce's
next to
cousin.
Beyonce.
What's Beyonce?
Beyonce's in this picture. I had to look at it 3 times. But that's how it is. that's just our humble opinion. That's our humble opinion on everything. Where can we find you at, Dustin?
Shit. In Quill Run, Mo City.
Where can we find you on the internet then? Where can we find you on the net?
I always nut up at this point.
Well,
Instagram.
On the screen.
Boom, yeah. Fucking hey. Instagram, Dustin Prestige, spelled as it sounds, DustinPrestige. I'm working on getting that dash in my Instagram and Twitter handles. But for the time being, work with what you got. Hey, yeah, man.
That's what you got to do.
On top of your shit, scroll down a little bit. Let them see, that beautiful bean footage.
Yep.
Anyway, Instagram, Dustin Prestige. Twitter, Dustin Prestige.
Rest in peace to the dog that died, man. He died, man. That beautiful bean
Yeah,
footage,
yeah.
the dog.
Man,
Bush's baked beans.
what was it? Dog's name? Pete? Jack? Something like that?
I forgot what his name is, but I suspect
Bush's baked, yeah.
I don't know. But
He got to the beans, man. You know
Twitter,
dogs can't handle that sodium.
That's really all. I really don't be on Twitter like talking about, honestly, because I'm going through this conflict internally about what Twitter represents, and I'm kind of battling with it right now. So I'm not really on Twitter or Facebook.
Tell us about that. Just right quick.
Man, we all want to. We live in a society where everybody's, hey, listen to what I'm saying, look what I'm doing all the goddamn day without having any kind of substance behind it. I no problem with somebody saying, hey, look at this, look what I did, if there's time, effort, and patience and energy put into the shit. Not just, listen what I got to say. Man, that nigga Trump fucking up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. Like
These niggers come from monkeys.
I feel like it's so many fucking thoughts.
Here's all my facts.
So
And
it's
you're
like
like,
a million thoughts from a million people
many cooks.
every fucking day on Twitter. And sometimes when you reading all that shit, it just, with me, myself, it overwhelms me to where it's like, I'm all about positivity. And a lot of motherfuckers these days on the internet ain't got nothing but negative shit to say.
That's true.
So it's kind of like I stay away from it. You know, Instagram, I can control, what the fuck. Pictures are prettier. Even if somebody put a nasty negative ass picture, still like, oh, okay, hey. I like
It's
that.
funny, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And we get to look at butts just like everybody else is doing.
And then IG
doesn't like
stories changed my life because that's how I express myself. That's how I get all the crazy shit out my head. So
Follow him on IG because his IG stories are very intricate.
Yeah,
very, very intricate.
They weird.
Like,
You can see on my Instagram profile, I got some highlights of some of them stories too, like
yeah.
bird fights. I've just started monitoring and chronicling bird fights I've been seeing around the city.
And I don't know
World
how
Star.
you were running across bird fights.
6.
But he runs
God damn
across a number of bird fights.
Bird fights are prevalent places.
That's simple.
I don't get it.
And
Lil Yeah. Shout out to Donnie Houston, man. He plays a character in my next film, Harlem Shake Cam. That's lit. Yeah,
DJ Donnie Houston.
I be tripping, but Donnie Houston plays a character, a rapper in my film I'm doing right now called Lil Yeah, and he has a song out that we made for it, and it's fucking great. And it's called The Dummy. Do the dummy, do the dummy, do the dummy.
Yeah, that's
now.
Yeah,
that's
that's
y'all. Bow.
Yeah. I was like,
IG
who
stories.
is this handsome black man?
Look at that camera work. Look at that
that
fucking
guy.
camera work. Foreground, microphone, boom. See, look.
It's me.
You know what? We're going to leave off on that.
We got to leave off on it.
Leave off on
And I
that.
appreciate
been
y'all
our
having me
time.
up here, though, man. I appreciate y'all.
But, once again, we have our opinions. Our opinions have been humbled. This is the In My Humble Opinion, once again, with Fashion Nova Hova, Carlton Banks, Carlton with a KBA and Triple X. You can find also my brother here, Just Devon, over.
It's not the name. Yeah, Just Devon.
Just Devon.
And DR Douglas. There we go.
And
Just.
the prestigious Presto, Dustin Dash.
Yeah, give me that one shot.
Prestige.
There you go. Boom.
Looking like Freddie Gibbs with hair.
Big
You look like Freddie Gibbs, my G.
Freddie Gibbs blacker than me.
That's true. He's blacker than you.
I'm more of a caramel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, man.
Freddie Gibbs.
All right.
That's that picture is fucking classic though.
Look at Marlon say cheese.
I love it.